next on Bear News, graduation season is here. We'll tell you all you need to know to prepare for this year's ceremonies.
The popular music festival Coachella comes to the UNC campus as Fochella, and the best part, it's free. We'll tell you how the Bears celebrated during the festival.
UNC men's golf team's trip to California was a success. More on that coming up in sports.
We had some clear skies this morning. Are being replaced with some a little more cloudy skies right now. I'll let you know what's up in just a few minutes. We got your weather and more on Bear News. Don't go anywhere.
Every year, Greeley and the University of Northern Colorado host the Holocaust Memorial Observance Week to reflect on a painful time in history. This year's events included an art exhibit and speaking engagement with Holocaust survivor Nathan Taffel. This speaking event began with a heart-wrenching slideshow accompanying live music and speeches from UNC President Kay Norton, Greeley Mayor Tom Norton, and a representative of the Colorado Senator Michael Bennett, who read a moving letter on Bennett's behalf. Then featured a speaking Polish-born Holocaust survivor Nathan Taffel, told his story on a large crowd packed in the University Center ballrooms. The 87-year-old stood at the podium bravely recounting the unspeakable atrocities he and his family encountered at the hands of Nazis during World War II. Taffel has told his story countless times, but he still chokes up at the recalls of the nightmare that began when he was just 11. As the youngest of 10 children, Taffel was separated from his family early in the war, but he returned with one of his brothers at the Nazi war camp not long after. The two spent the entire war not knowing whether any of their large family survived. After the war, his brother returned to their childhood home and waited for surviving family to arrive, but no one came. Of the 10 children and their parents, only Taffel and his two brothers survived.
When he came back and he said there was nobody alive, I created a hate. I lived with hates for days and days. Finally, I decided, if I keep on hating, I will only destroy myself. So therefore, I decided I will never hate. Never will I hate, but I will never forget or forgive what they did to me and my family.
Many of the hundreds in the audience braved tears to give Taffel a standing ovation after his speech. A couple of nights later, UNC hosted a Portraits of Holocaust Survivors reception and exhibit in the Michener Gallery. Food and drinks were provided for those who attended. After interviewing many Holocaust survivors, University of Denver art professor Deborah Howard used her artistic talents to produce moving portraits of those survivors, capturing the humanity and reality of the people who overcame tragic ordeals that led them to lead extraordinary lives. Every year, Northern Colorado hosts Holocaust Observance Week, and each year the events and speakers offer unique opportunities to learn about what happened from those who were actually there. Events are being held next year, and who might be speaking, go to our Facebook page under the Holocaust Memorial Observances of Greeley and Northern Colorado.
It's time for graduation again at UNC, and whether you are going to be walking the line yourself or supporting friends and family, here are some information about this year's ceremonies. The graduate school ceremony is scheduled for Friday, May 8th at 7 p.m. in the Butler Hancock Athletic Center. About 500 spring and summer graduates will be included in the hour-and-a-half-long ceremony. This year's speaker, Holly Porter, is the Director of English Language Acquisition Department for the Cherry Creek School District and four-time UNC alumna. The undergraduate commencement ceremony is being held at Nottingham Field on Saturday, May 9th at 10 a.m. This ceremony is expected to last around 2.5 hours, as almost 1,500 spring and summer graduates will be recognized. Denver attorney and former presidential advisor James M. Lyons will be the featured speaker. Lyons has more than 40 years of experience as an attorney and served as an advisor to Bill Clinton when he helped restore social and political stability in Northern Ireland from 1993 to 2001. For guests of graduates planning on attending either ceremony, parking is free in UNC lots and tickets are not required, although seating is on a first-come basis. If you are unable to attend the ceremonies, you can still watch them live online via AmericaOneSports.com.
This warm weather is bringing out all the shorts and sandals. I don't know about you, but when the weather is that nice, I tend to spend more time outside and less time studying for finals. Colton will be up soon with your forecast to let you know if the trend will continue. But first, the current conditions. Colton?
Well, Kayla, if you need to get some studying done, join many students outside as they either go for a jog and then get some studying done at the bench, or just get some fresh air. It helps get your brain going. But if we go to our current conditions, we'll see partly cloudy out there today. About 78 right now. Some clouds are slowing down our temperature as it still is rising, but winds about 7 miles per hour from the northeast. This evening, some gusty winds should continue and some increasing clouds. I'll tell you what that's about in a few minutes. And our nighttime low should be up 47 tonight. I'll have your full forecast in a few minutes.
Another Earth Week is history, but UNC recognized it with a variety of events and activities here. Student Leaf held a surface water runoff and pollution demonstration, and senior Courtney Jones says the demo shows exactly how pollutants affect our water sources.
So we have representations here of motor oil, of picking up after your pets, fertilizers in our farms, and also from industrial companies that are dumping into our waterways. And a lot of people think that as the water goes through our drainage systems into our lakes that it's processed, and it's actually not. We draw out from our reservoirs and lakes, and that's where all of our drinking water comes from in Colorado, and then it's processed. So what we have is all of these chemicals sitting in our lakes before we process them for drinking water, and we're just trying to bring awareness of the small changes that we make on a day-to-day basis that'll keep our water safe.
After the demo, students tie-dyed t-shirts and enjoyed the sun on the west patio at the University Center. As of Monday, Phase 1 of the Campus Commons is a step closer to reality with a $23 million appropriation by the state of Colorado. What looks to be a 4-year project, the Commons is a facility for incoming and current students as well as alumni. The Commons becomes the new home for admissions, student orientation, student abroad programs, career services, and other programs moving into the building. Along with those services in the building, it becomes the starting point of campus tours, plus an art gallery, a 600-seat performance venue, a 400-seat multi-use auditorium, ticket office, and a student-run cafe. This July, the design and contracting for Phase 1 begins with groundbreaking expected in July 2016. The funding request for Phase 2 goes to the state in July.
If you ride your bike regularly around campus, the UNC Police Department wants you to be aware of their efforts in preventing thefts. On May 9th and 10th, the department starts tagging bikes left on campus bike racks. Bikes are collected, and if they are still left on the racks by May 11th, so make sure to take your bikes with you after finals week. For more information, or if you have any questions, contact the UNC Police Department at 351-2245.
Coming up next after the break, the UNC Radio hosted the Slip and Slide last week and got wet again at the Coachella.
But the show went on even with a little bit of rain.
We'll show you other ways students celebrated at the special event after the break. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Kids will spend 8 minutes decorating their little brother.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
you don't have $300 to spend on tickets to Coachella, all is not lost. As Bear News reporter Mariah Rail tells us, you can always go to UNC's Coachella.
The event features bands from both Greeley and Denver, and even slam poetry. Those willing to brave the wind and the rain get to build flower crowns and play volleyball. There are even food trucks where people can get Chicago-style hot dogs and shaved ice. Event organizer James McKeague explains how this event can actually be beneficial to students.
So the purpose of Coachella is to create a social environment for students to kind of get to meet each other and connect with friends that they've made throughout the year. One of the big reasons why it's held in the spring is just because not only weather, but like it's a great way to cap off the end of the year and for all the students to get together like as one and just to sort of celebrate the end of the year coming to a close.
The bad weather certainly didn't put a damper on any of the festivities. Reporting from Coachella, Mariah Rail, Bear News.
This is the first time UNC has put on this event, and organizers hope there will be another one next year.
UNC students gathered in one of the rooms in Harrison Hall for 24 hours, and no, they weren't studying, but instead playing video games for a good cause. The 24-hour Game-a-thon is a fundraiser for Child's Play charity. Donations raising from $5 to $25 allowed students to participate in different video game tournaments. Students set up camp weather with their friends and brought everything they needed, including mattresses, pillows, and food, along with their own TV and video games for an entire day of Mario Kart, Pokemon, and more.
I know a ton of people who come and play for the entire 24 hours, and I know a ton of people who just come for a tournament or two to win prizes.
And the money they donated, it goes to pay for video games for children. Looking for an easy way to cook delicious meals? Well, look no farther. Pinterest prevails again. In this week's Pinterest Pick of the Week, we feature top crockpot recipes from thecountrycrockpot.net. Crockpot cooking is a simple way to create great meals when you're strapped for time. Throw in the ingredients before you leave the home in the morning and come home to a cooked meal. Country Cook features 45 of the most popular crock-pot recipes, including chicken and gravy, mac and cheese, and pot roast. It's not just for dinner. You can also cook breakfast and desserts in the crock pot. For the full list of recipes, visit countrycrock.net and share your meals with us on our Facebook page, Bear News 98.
Art, poetry, and short stories, all written by UNC students, get published every semester in the Crucible. What is the Crucible? It's an English club that puts together UNC students' literary and arts magazine. The club always ends the semester with a release party once they have the zine published, allowing accepted artists and writers to get their free copy. They also have readings to showcase the semester's contributors. The Crucible has been in the works since the 1960s. Club members serve as blind judges to decide what student work to accept. Usually the fall issue has a theme, and spring issue accepts a wide range of material. If you have any questions or want to submit next year, email crucibleunc@gmail.com. Walt Disney Animation Studios produce kid-friendly movies that also contain adult humor, making them suitable for all audiences. Disney has done just that, using inspiration from Marvel Comics superhero Team Big Six. As Bear News reporter Caitlin Sullivan tells us, Big Hero 6 has plenty of laughs and action enjoyable for all ages.
Unexpected laughter is around every new plot twist throughout Big Hero 6, but what else would you expect from a talking robot who doesn't understand teenage lingo and sarcasm? Hiro Hamada is a 14-year-old robotics genius who develops cutting-edge technology that ends up in the wrong hands. Befriending inflatable, futuristic healthcare companion Baymax, Hiro and his group of equally genius super nerds set out to stop this villain from using Hiro's tech. Refining their ability to turn technology into anything, the team gears up, taking their college science projects to the next level, empowering themselves with the ability to take on the kabuki mask-wearing villain. At first, it might be difficult for these friends to unite as a team, but by the end, that feel-good Disney expectation returns. You can catch Big Hero 6 on Redbox or through renting it on Amazon. Be sure to check out the newest edition of Marvel Comics on screen for plenty of laughs and good-hearted family fun.
Those Those hard-to-please critics at Rotten Tomatoes scored it at an 89%, Metacritic rated it at a 74%, and IMDb gave it a 7.9 out of 10. Those are pretty good ratings. Have you seen
I haven't seen it. It looks like a cute Disney movie, though. Yeah. We'll see. Coming up after the break, Colton will have your 5-day forecast.
Stay tuned.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to Bear News. I'm your meteorologist, Colton Grasmick. We're starting today looking at the visible satellite imagery. And here's Colorado, and most of the west coast is clear of clouds. But we do have a little popping up in Colorado there along the mountains. If you zoom into the next graphic, into Colorado, we'll see there's all that cumulus cloud that we see growing outside. We actually have pretty clear skies this morning, helps that ground warm up pretty quickly, and some colder conditions aloft allowed that unstable air near the surface to rise pretty quickly, and now we have some cumulus popping up. So now let's look at our surface. There's the surface fronts, and we have this cold front that's approaching our region, and this is also helping some of that cloud growth, and will continue to help cloud growth throughout the evening hours. Then let's look at our surface temperatures. There we go. At Rapid City, 65. Here's that really warm air along the front range. Greeley is 78, and Denver 69. Omaha to the east at 73, and we go way south. Oklahoma is at 77. Now let's look at our temperatures. We're going to look at our average temperatures. 64 is our average for today. We're at 80. That is pretty much above average, but not to that record we saw in 1992 of 91. This morning we had a low of about 39. And that's a little above average of 36. Now let's look at our temperatures tomorrow. They're Greeley 69 tomorrow. When that cold front comes through, we will see some cooler temperatures. So Denver is at 67, or all around the 60s and 70s. Fort Morgan at 71, Colorado Springs at 68. On Saturday, if we go to the next graphic, highs warm up a little bit. Greeley gets back up to about where we were today at 80. Fort Morgan at 80 as well. Over in the mountains, Steamboat Springs 66, and Vail at 60, staying a bit cooler. Down south in Pueblo, seeing 82. And now let's see your 5-day forecast. On Friday, tomorrow, we could see some more cloud cover and maybe a chance of thunderstorms. High of 67, a little cooler than it was today. On Saturday, high of 78, mostly sunny, and again a chance for afternoon thunderstorms, which is a common theme throughout the week. Sunday, thunderstorm activity looks maybe a little better, so there's that chance for some rain. On Monday, high of 70, partly cloudy, and a chance for afternoon thunderstorms as well. Tuesday, maybe another system coming in. It looks like it could be mostly cloudy, though it says mostly sunny. And high of 63. I have one more graphic for you today. Though no thunderstorms are happening right now, weather's pretty boring, the National Weather Service has updated their risk categories. So now they've added a slight and enhanced severe thunderstorm risk. So if they issue a marginal, you could just see weak, maybe a few scattered severe thunderstorms, nothing major. But as we go into slight and enhanced, we could see more widespread severe thunderstorms, but nothing like huge tornadoes, or just probably small hail and wind being the most of the threat. But when we get to this side of the graph, to moderate and high, that is now where we can see some tornado formation, widespread, and really large hail. So that's the new National Weather Service updated risk categories. Now we're going to your sports with Steven.
Thanks, Colton. We would like to congratulate Jack Cummings and the golf team in their tournament. Cummings won over par 73, was the lowest round of the tournament for anyone on the team. With his beautiful performance, Cummings was named Player of the Week. We'll have more on the stellar performances coming up in sports. Stay tuned.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The UNC men's and women's track team showed no signs of slowing down for their following another record-shattering day with one conference qualifying performance after the other. UNC traveled to Fort Collins to compete at the Jack Christensen Invitational hosted by Colorado State Saturday. UNC swept the men's 200 with Bryce Adams, Jordan Medina, and Anthony Powell placing first, second, and third. Adams' time of 21.79 seconds now sits at the sixth fastest time in the conference. Junior Royce Boston secured a spot at the Big Sky Conference Championships in the long jump. His 6.97-meter jump moves him to 8th place in the conference. Senior Isaiah Grady took 4th place overall in the 100-meter dash, finishing 10.68 seconds. Both the men's and women's teams took 3rd place overall on Saturday. They traveled to Wyoming for their last meet of the regular season to compete in the Cowpoke Open on May 1st. Saturday's spring football game certainly shows some promise for the upcoming football season. In the offensive-defensive game, the O-line came out on top, winning 41-22. Redshirt freshman running back Trey Reek hit the ground running with 5 ball touches for 47 yards, a 31-yard run for a score, and 39 total rushing yards. The Bears will be back in full action in August for fall camp, but will be active over the summer. The girls softball team is coming out on top, winning 2 out of 3 games against Idaho over the weekend. After dropping Game 1 on Friday, 1-11 in a lackadaisical performance from the Bears, both on the mound and at bat, they kept their heads up and headed into Game 2. Game 2 was a tight one all the way through, but the Bears were able to secure the win and winning 9-8. A final inning homer came off designated hitter Rachel Johnson's bat to tie the game, and then senior Morgan Uhas singled to score the game-winning RBI. With the series tied 1-1 going into Saturday, the Bears hung on to their earlier moments, scoring 4 total runs in the first inning. Defense was the Bears' savior Saturday, as they were able to fight off Idaho and win 5-4 in another down-to-wire game. Shortstop Erica Dick led the Bears in batting Saturday, going 2 of 4 at the plate, scoring on runs and both of her hits. With the series victory over Idaho, the Bears look to continue improving their season record that now sits at 17-22, heading to their final series of the regular season against Southern Utah this weekend. A series win over Texas Pan American helps the Bears baseball team as they head into the final stretch of their regular season. Edinburgh, Texas was an interesting trip for the Bears. It all started Game 1 when the Bears roared from behind, scoring 4 runs in the 9th. Pinch hitter Brian Tibbetts smoked a double to give the Bears the lead, and Alan Cook picked up his 3rd save as the Bears won 10-8. The Bears unfortunately dropped Game 2 5-2. This time the Broncs of Texas Pan American jumped out on top early with 4 runs in the first and never looked back. In the rubber match of the series, the Bears once again used the late innings to their advantage. The Bears scored 4 in the 8th, led by 2 Texas Pan American errors, and that sealed the Broncs' fate. The Bears held on to win 8-7, and Justin Mulvaney picked up his 2nd win of the series. Although Tuesday's game against Air Force was canceled because of weather and travel issues, the Bears still hold the 4th spot in the Western Athletic Conference standings. The Bears play the 3rd-place team, the Cal State Bakersfield Roadrunners, in California starting Friday. Angels Camp, California. It has a heavenly ring, doesn't it? Well, it was a heavenly experience for the UNC men's golf team. Junior Connor Barr and sophomore Jack Cummings played a huge role helping the team to a 6th-place overall finish. 3 team members earned top 25 finishes, including Barr, Cummings, and freshman Sam Marley. All-conference Stephen Hopsha and 2 incoming freshmen can help make the UNC golf team hefty competition in upcoming seasons. With high scores or that low scores like this, the returning team hits the greens hard next season.
Thanks, Stephen. Coming up after the break, With Dead Week wrapping up, students are cramming in some last-minute studying. The Bears share some of their favorite studying locations.
Don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. Well, teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
With finals week just around the corner and the semester coming to a close, you can expect the library and other campus locations to fill up quickly. In this week's Question of the Week, reporter Alyssa Marie asked students where their favorite place to study on campus is.
This week's Question of the Week is, where is your favorite place to study?
Third floor in the library, in the back corner.
I'll probably have to say the library, upstairs on the second floor. Downstairs is a little bit too busy because of everybody walking in and out, but there's the little cubbies on the second floor.
My house at the kitchen table. I would have to say my favorite place to study is the Bear Catholic Center right next to the Alpha Phi House.
Club Mish. The library.
Study would have to be here, or at the hookah bar in town.
My favorite place to study is probably the Igloo in Harrison because it's really quiet and I don't get distracted easily.
For me, it's either in my room or in my dorm room with a lot of other people I know because we're taking a lot of the same classes.
I like to study in the library because there's less distractions. I like to study in my room because I like to sit on my bed. It's more comfortable.
At the UC.
I actually like studying at home.
The study room in Wilson Hall. It's really quiet there.
Zoe's Cafe, for sure.
Definitely the library.
Looks like students still like to be on campus, even to study. Reporting from the UC, I'm Alyssa Marie, Bear News.
And do you have a favorite?
You know, usually I try to study at home just because the library can be a little distracting, you know?
See, anywhere with coffee I'm fine with, so.
That too.
But make sure to comment on our Facebook page, Bear News 98, to share your finals week studying tips.
And that's all we have for tonight. Thanks for joining us this evening. This is our last show of the school year, but we'll be back in the fall.
Until then, stay up to date on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Bear News 98. Be sure to like us.
Good luck on all of your finals. We'll see you next semester.